Hi, everybody. I'm Charlene Shirk. I'm your host of Digital Champions, where we get the opportunity to speak with some of the most innovative thinkers in the digital space. And today we're speaking with Michael Hoffman with Gather Voices. Michael, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Gather Voices. I love the name. Tell us a little bit more about what the name means and what you do.
Sure. So I ran a digital marketing agency for a decade. And one of the things that my clients kept asking me for was better video content that would lift up the voices of their customers and their employees and their fans and their donors and their members. And we tried everything at the agency to scale video production. And as you know, as a professional video person, it's a big production to have producers and camera crews and editors and all of that. And that's just not possible for most companies to do that at any kind of scale. And so Gather Voices is software that makes it easy for companies to collect videos from anyone, anywhere on any device, and to enable the regular people who work inside companies to be able to utilize that content to add branding or call to action, to publish, to create galleries, all of that with a few clicks. And so the idea is to enable the people who run everything else inside companies to be able to do video like they do everything else. And we're called Gather Voices and not Gather Video because it's really about the voices of real people. You know, we're in a time where authenticity rules, that the marketers aren't any good at making things up. It's much better to get real people telling their real experiences. And that's what's going to move people to buy your product, to visit your destination, to do whatever the things are you want them to do.
Like the term origin story, that's become, such a trend now. What's your origin story? Because everybody wants to know who you are behind the company. How did the company come to existence? What motivates you? So when a company comes to you, Michael, have they been trying to do videos on their own and they just realize they can't keep up with the pace because you gotta have new videos. You gotta keep people on that journey for you, or do they just don't have any video at all and they don't know where to start?
It's a combination of both. I think a lot of folks have tried to do video. A lot of folks have spent a lot of money to get video, and then realized that that video lived on a timeline in Facebook for 2 minutes and didn't get any views, and it didn't make sense to spend tens of thousands of dollars to produce a video. But I think your point is so right about the origin story. It's like we have all these direct consumer brands and we're seeing the people behind those brands. And that's because we're in a world where there's very little product differentiation today in a way, right? Like everything's good in a certain way. And the difference between choosing one car over another, one product over another, whatever it is the personality and the values of those companies. And that comes through with real people telling their stories. And so our clients are trying to figure that out and figure out how do you do that at scale. And so we're reinventing the video process in a way. And I would say we're not taking away the kind of video that you do, right? We're really adding a lot of new content and new video content to the mix more than we're fully replacing, those professional productions that people still need to do.
Now, you say you're reinventing. So where do you see the video industry going, say, in the next couple of years? Because everybody knows, it's all about video today. You're helping make that video easy, accessible, turning the times around tighter, keeping the costs down. So what's next after that?
Yeah, I think for us, a big part of what's next is about the idea of collecting video content all the time versus chasing people for content when you need it. So what do I mean by that? So if I'm a company and I'm doing, social media marketing, I might think I need videos. And then I'm going to think, well, who do I want on video? And I'm going to go try to find those people and send a camera crew or use technology or whatever it is to get that content. What we're doing is we're embedding video collection into the ways people are already connected to organizations. So for example, if you're registering for an event, something from our software might pop up during that registration process and say, tell us what you're most excited about for this event. Tell us what speakers you've come to hear. Share with us that experience. And then that organization that's having that event can collect hundreds of videos and be collecting video all the time without having to chase people to do it. And that's a really change of the paradigm. It's really saying we want to hear from people all the time. We want to be listening to our customers. We want to be hearing their stories, and we can enable that, to happen again without chasing people for less effort and less dollars.
And so in that, I'm going to pick your brain just a little bit before we wrap. So
Sure.
someone would then, during their registration process, would they just shoot themselves on their webcam and then link it right to that registration format, that profile form that they're filling
Yeah,
out?
that's exactly right. And that's actually why we built the technology, because we realized if you just ask people to make a video on their device, they don't know what to do. They don't hold their device the right way. They don't have the good lighting and sound. You need a legal release from them. And so our software does all of those things. It walks people through the process of making the video you want from them. It checks their lighting and sound. It gives them a time limit. It gives them talking points. It really gives them the full experience, like as if there's a pocket director inside their phone telling them what to do, and delivering that video right back to you. And so that's how we make it happen.
Wow, Michael, thanks so much. I'm so glad I took this second to deep dive a little bit. That's really interesting. You are definitely an innovative thinker that we're speaking to on the digital space today.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me.
Oh, it's been our pleasure. Thank you so much. And if you'd like to see more about Michael Hoffman and the work he's doing with Gather Voices, you can check him out on dailyadbrief.com. Well, that's going to do it for us on Digital Champions. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe send us a video and tell us how much you like our show. I'm Charlene Shirk, your host, and we will see you next time. Thanks so much.